Hello children, welcome back. I'm Dr. Jisha Joe. In this session, we shall have a look at the adaptations in leaves for photosynthesis. We shall also study the factors affecting photosynthesis. First, we shall have a look at the adaptations in plants for photosynthesis. First one, large surface area. Leaves have large surface area. What is the purpose or need of this large surface area in leaves? We know leaves are broad. This broadness of the leaves increases the surface area for the absorption of light, because light is an important factor for photosynthesis. So large surface area of leaves enable the leaves to absorb maximum light. Number 2, the leaf arrangement. If you look at the arrangement of leaves, you can see that the leaves are arranged at right angles to the source of light. This also enables the leaves to absorb maximum light. Leaves are arranged at right angles to the source of light. Number 3, the upper epidermis and cuticle. What is the peculiarity of the upper epidermis? The upper epidermis, they don't have chlorophyll, they don't have chloroplast, they are transparent in nature. They are transparent, unlike the guard cells. Guard cells are modified epidermal cells. Unlike the guard cells, epidermal cells are transparent. What is cuticle? Cuticle is the waxy coating on the surface of the epidermis. So both the upper epidermis and the cuticle, they are transparent in nature. This also enables maximum absorption of light. Then numerous stomata. Stomata are numerous and it is distributed mostly on the lower surface. We know this is to reduce transpiration, and the large number of stomata on the leaves help the leaves for gaseous exchange, because photosynthesis require carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a raw material for photosynthesis, and this carbon dioxide is taken up through the open stomata. So numerous stomata allows the rapid exchange of gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. Number 5, thinness of leaves. Leaves are thin in nature. This is to reduce the distance between the cells of the leaves so as to enable the rapid transport of substances in leaves. Number 6, concentration of the chloroplast. Where is the chloroplast? On which region of the leaf is the chloroplast more concentrated? We have studied in the previous session that it is in the mesophyll cells. What is mesophyll? It is the tissue that is seen between the upper and lower epidermis, which is differentiated into the palisade layer and the spongy parenchyma. I hope you remember all that. So, in the mesophyll cells, the concentration of the chloroplast is more, especially in which layer of the mesophyll? The palisade layer. Palisade layer is a layer of columnar cells that are seen just below the upper epidermis. So, in the palisade layer, you can see more amount of chloroplast concentrated, because it is that region which is more exposed to light, because it is that region which is seen just below the upper epidermis on the upper surface of the leaves. So more number of chloroplast is concentrated on the mesophyll or in the mesophyll cells. And the 7th point is extensive vein system. Leaves have an extensive vein system. This is also to allow a rapid movement of or transport of substances in the leaf cells. So these are the adaptations in leaves for photosynthesis. Once again, leaves have a large surface area. Leaves are broad. This is to increase the surface area for the absorption of maximum light. The arrangement of leaves at right angles to the source of light, again for maximum light absorption. Upper epidermis and cuticle, they are transparent in nature. This also enables maximum light absorption. Numerous stomata so as to allow rapid exchange of gases. gaseous exchange to take place. Then thinness of leaves allows the transport of easy transport of substances within the cells of the leaves. Concentration of chloroplast. Chloroplast is more concentrated in the palisade layer of the mesophyll. And the extensive vein system in leaves also help in the rapid transport of substances to and from the mesophyll cells. So this is important. What are the adaptations in leaves to help the leaves in the process of photosynthesis? Now we shall move on to the factors affecting photosynthesis. The factors affecting photosynthesis are classified into two: external factors and internal factors. First, we shall have a look at the external factors that affect photosynthesis. Number one is light intensity. Light. How does light affect the process of photosynthesis? Photosynthesis, or the rate of photosynthesis, increases with increase in light intensity. So maximum photosynthesis occurs during the midday when the light intensity is maximum. Okay, so with increase in light intensity increases the rate of photosynthesis. But how long will this increase take place? We know there is carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This carbon dioxide is raw material for photosynthesis. So as light intensity increases, the rate of photosynthesis will increase only to a certain limit. What is this limit? When the carbon dioxide concentration becomes limiting. So at that spot, what happens? The rate of photosynthesis will remain stable. It will not increase further because carbon dioxide concentration is acting as a limiting factor there. Even if we increase the light intensity, the rate of photosynthesis will not increase unless we increase the concentration of carbon dioxide. Okay, so if we increase the concentration of carbon dioxide, again with increase in light intensity, we can see that photosynthesis will increase. So I hope light intensity and carbon dioxide concentration, how these act as important factors in photosynthesis, I hope you have understood that. So the rate of photosynthesis will increase with increase in light intensity, but this increase is only to a certain limit. This limit is when the carbon dioxide becomes a limiting factor. So further increase in the rate of photosynthesis occurs only when the concentration of carbon dioxide is increased. If the carbon dioxide concentration is maintained low, and if we go on increasing the light intensity, rate of photosynthesis will not increase because there is no enough carbon dioxide. We know carbon dioxide is an important raw material for photosynthesis. So light intensity and carbon dioxide concentration are closely related and act as important factors in photosynthesis. Now next factor is temperature. Temperature. How does temperature affect the process of photosynthesis? The rate of photosynthesis increases with increase in temperature, but only to a certain limit. The optimum temperature for photosynthesis is 35 degrees Celsius. 35 degrees Celsius is the optimum temperature for photosynthesis. Beyond this temperature, rate of photosynthesis will decrease. So up to 35 degrees Celsius, the rate of photosynthesis will increase with the increase in temperature. So 35 degrees Celsius is the optimum temperature for photosynthesis. If we increase the temperature above 35 degrees Celsius, then the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. So here with regard to temperature, we can see that a rise of 10 degrees Celsius up to 35 degrees Celsius doubles the rate of photosynthesis. a rise of 10 degrees Celsius up to 35 degrees Celsius will double the rate of photosynthesis. So if there is a rise in temperature from 10 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius, the rate of photosynthesis will be doubled. So that is with regard to temperature. So what is the optimum temperature for photosynthesis? 35 degrees Celsius. And up to 35 degrees Celsius, a rise of every 10 degrees Celsius will double the rate of photosynthesis. Next factor is water content. Water content. Water is also an important raw material for photosynthesis. So if there's scarcity of water in the plant, if there's a scarcity of water in the soil, naturally the plant will not be able to absorb water. So there will be a scarcity of water in the plant. So water scarcity also plays an important role in photosynthesis. When there is a decreased water content, what will happen? The rate of photosynthesis will decrease. So scarcity of water reduces the rate of photosynthesis. So these are the external factors that affect photosynthesis: light, carbon dioxide concentration, temperature and water. So how is light and carbon dioxide related? The rate of photosynthesis will increase with increase in light intensity, but to a certain limit. What is this limit? It is the limit when carbon dioxide concentration acts as a limiting factor. So even when light is increased further, light intensity is increased further, there will not be an increase in the rate of photosynthesis because carbon dioxide is a limiting factor there. So to increase the rate of photosynthesis at a higher light intensity, what should be done? The carbon dioxide concentration should be increased. Then temperature. Temperature also affects the rate of photosynthesis. An increase in temperature increases the rate of photosynthesis, but only up to the optimum temperature of 35 degrees Celsius, beyond which the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. At higher temperature, the rate decreases because the enzymes that are needed for photosynthesis will get degraded or degenerated. Okay, and we have also seen that a rise of 10 degrees Celsius up to 35 degrees Celsius will double the rate of photosynthesis. The fourth factor is water. Water also plays an important role in the process of photosynthesis because water is a raw material for photosynthesis. So a scarcity in the water content will naturally reduce the rate of photosynthesis. So I hope the external factors that affect photosynthesis is clear to you. So now we shall move on to the internal factors that affect the rate of photosynthesis. The first internal factor is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. Okay, so chlorophyll is needed for photosynthesis. We know which is the mineral element that is needed for the synthesis of chlorophyll. It is magnesium. The other elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, etc. are needed. Magnesium is also needed. So any deficiency in the mineral elements will result in the degradation or non-formation of the chlorophyll pigment. So if there is no enough chlorophyll pigment, what will happen? The rate of photosynthesis will decrease. So nutritional deficiencies or mineral element deficiencies will reduce the rate of photosynthesis because this will result in the non-formation of chlorophyll. Magnesium is an important constituent of the chlorophyll pigment. So if there is a deficiency in the mineral element, it will naturally affect the formation of chlorophyll and thereby it will reduce the rate of photosynthesis. Next is protoplasm. Protoplasm. Dehydration of the protoplasm, that means when there is no enough water in the protoplasm, again the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. Dehydration reduces dehydration of the protoplasm, reduces the rate of photosynthesis. Also, the accumulation of starch or the other sugars might also reduce the rate of photosynthesis, because all these contents are already present. So since it is not being used up, there is no further photosynthesis taking place there. So the accumulation of sugars, accumulation of carbohydrates like starch, sugar, the other sugars, etc., can in the protoplasm can reduce the rate of photosynthesis. And the third internal factor is the structure of leaf structure. So we have already seen the adaptations made by the leaves for photosynthesis. So leaf structure also affects the rate of photosynthesis. The thinness of the cuticle. We know in certain plants the cuticle is very thick. Thick cuticle reduces the amount of light that enters into the mesophyll cells. The thick cuticle, the narrow leaves, the distribution of the stomata, all these affects the rate of photosynthesis. The narrow leaves, what is the peculiarity of narrow leaves? It have lesser surface area for the absorption of light. So again it will affect the rate of photosynthesis. So structures as the certain structures that are associated with the leaves also affect the rate of photosynthesis. So these are the internal factors that affect photosynthesis. Once again, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, how does the chlorophyll content affect the rate of photosynthesis? Mineral deficiency, because magnesium is an important constituent for the formation of chlorophyll pigment. The function of the chlorophyll pigment is to trap the solar energy. Light energy is trapped by the chlorophyll pigment. So when there is no formation of chlorophyll, or when the chlorophyll formation is very slow, due to the deficiency of mineral element, this will surely affect the rate of photosynthesis, because without chlorophyll pigment, light cannot be absorbed. The second factor, internal factor, is protoplasm. Dehydration of the protoplasm will naturally affect the rate of photosynthesis. Also, the accumulation of sugars in the protoplasm also affects the rate of photosynthesis. When there is accumulation of sugar in the protoplasm, naturally the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. Then the structure of leaf is an important internal factor that affects the rate of photosynthesis. So we have discussed about the external and internal factors affecting the rate of photosynthesis. So in this session, we have discussed about the adaptations in leaves for photosynthesis. We have also studied about the different factors, both internal and external factors that affect the rate of photosynthesis. Hope this session is clear to you. If you have any doubts or suggestions, please give your doubts and your suggestions and comments in the comment section. Thank you.